Welcome to the final day of Rally de France Alsace. A nation expected to be cheering a Frenchman to victory this weekend, but not this one. Sébastien Ogier is locked in battle with Mini's Dani Sordo, and both are desperate to win. If Ogier takes maximum points here, he will be one behind the man who was supposed to win. Sébastien Loeb, the hometown hero and rated as the best there is on this surface. It seemed everything was set. What wasn't in the script was a rally-ending engine failure. This chink in the Citroën armour presented Ford's Mikko Hirvonen with a gilt-edged chance to obliterate Loeb's championship advantage. He couldn't take it. Pushing too hard, he damaged his steering and dropped out of contention. However, if he finishes fourth and wins the power stage bonus points, he will still draw level with Loeb in the title race. By the end of the first day, three men were locked in an intense battle. Ogier and Solberg had exchanged the lead, but with less than 3 seconds splitting them at the end of the day, it was Dani Sordo at the head of the trio. An impressive achievement for the Mini team in their first season back. The day two stages are classic mountain tests, snaking their sinuous way at searing pace up and down mountain sides. These stages demand respect. As a young driver, Evgeny Novikov is pushing, searching to find his limits. That search continues. Chris Meek said his heart was in his mouth at the speed of these stages. He did want to push harder though, but he too misjudged his limit. Teammates Mikko Hirvonen in fifth and Jari-Matti Latvala in fourth will swap positions at some point to fuel Mikko's championship charge. But all eyes were on the battle for victory. In the morning loop, Solberg stole the lead, only for Ogier to seize it from him. Solberg had a puncture, and Sordo snatched back the advantage. Ogier then put his foot down and opened up a lead of 9.5 seconds by the close of play. Our featured driver is under intense pressure from Citroën to bring home the points. And while he has everything to lose, Mini and Dani Sordo have nothing to lose, so can go all-out attack.
Never easy for nobody. Some part on the gravel, so with tarmac tire it's never easy, and we can also get punctures, so we will have to do a good job.
We'll follow Ogier as he struggles to cope with the pressure and hunts down victory. The climax of the rally will be run in Hagenau, Loeb's hometown. He will be a spectator as his main rivals battle to claim bonus championship points awarded to the top three. Before we get to the power stage, we have 5 other stages here in Alsace, and we will bring you every crucial moment from the outcome of this rally. Here's what we have in store on this relatively short final day here at Rally de France. Just 6 stages altogether, totaling 40 kilometres. The longest test, just 10.6 kilometres, ending with the power stage in Hagenau. A thrilling day ahead, and this is how the drivers will start. Citroën Sébastien Ogier leads Dani Sordo by 9.5 seconds. Great to see the Mini running so close to the front. Peter Solberg goes third, a further 40 seconds adrift, followed by the Fords of Jari-Matti Latvala and Mikko Hirvonen, both over 1.5 minutes off the lead. A season best 6th for Dennis Kuipers ahead of Armindo Araújo. Henning Solberg, Norway's Mads Osberg, with Ken Block and Britain's Matthew Wilson rounding out the top 11. So here we go, a very early start to this final day of Rally de France Alsace. And for the first time this weekend, blue skies have been replaced with low-lying fog. Sébastien Ogier opens the day's competition, having opted for the hard tyre choice, but in these cold early morning conditions he needs to be cautious, those tyres taking longer to come up to optimum operating temperature. We might well be in Citroën and Ogier's backyard, but all eyes are on this car and the man driving it. What a weekend for Spanish sensation Dani Sordo, and what a turn of speed we have seen from the Mini Cooper. Interestingly, Dani has opted for the softer tyre today in the hope that over the short, colder stages this morning, they'll work over Ogier's harder compound. Using our stage simulator, we can see that on the early gravel section of the stage, Sordo on the softer tyre is eating into Ogier's lead at 1.39 kilometres. He's already snatched 3.3 seconds back from the Frenchman. Further back, it's been a whirlwind weekend for Dutchman Dennis Kuipers. He sets the second fastest time on this morning's opening stage, and at the moment is en route to his best WRC finish for 6th.
300 meter.
Here comes Armindo Araujo, and he's hit that wall very hard. Has he got away with it? Well, that shot tells us he's ripped the suspension off the Mini, and that will surely be terminal damage. Devastatingly for the Portuguese driver, he will retire from 7th place. The French fans out in force this morning. The sun is shining, but the temperature out there is still very low. Here comes Sebastian Ogier, and that harder compound tyre is not the one to be on in these cold conditions this morning. As the temperature rises this afternoon, they could bring an advantage over the soft, but for now he's losing time to Sordo, and we have a battle on our hands. Here comes Dani in the Mini, approaching the end of the second stage this morning. Those poles not a concern as he cuts the corner. Keep an eye on the clock on the bottom right of your screen. Again quicker than Ogier, just 4.9 seconds the gap now, and those soft tyres are making all the difference. On board with Petter Solberg, co-driver Chris Patterson reeling off the pace notes. Petter on the brakes, very late here. Can they get that Citroën out of the ditch? Petter trying everything he can, and the clock is ticking.
One left.
20 seconds lost, still safe in 3rd, but the Norwegian can't afford any more of those. While the battle at the front intensifies, the forwards of Jari-Matti Latvala and Mikko Hirvonen are in damage limitation mode as they run 4th and 5th. Latvala, the man leading the Blue Oval cars at the moment, but we can expect Malcolm Wilson to ask Jari to slow down at some stage today and let Mikko pass him for 4th to claim the extra championship points in Hirvonen's charge for the 2011 title. Further back, Pierre Campana from the same French stable as Ogier and Loeb is embroiled in a battle with Ken Block, but it's the American who holds the advantage at the moment. He's made a fantastic start to this final day in 9th place. Well, we have a battle on our hands. Dani Sordo halving the gap to Citroën Sebastian Ogier to just 4.9 seconds. This has all the makings of a fantastic French finale. Back to the action, and for Sebastian Ogier, he needs to step up the pace if he's to take the win on home soil. Remember, that Citroën is running the harder compound Michelin tyre. It's not designed for this morning's cold conditions, but now that the sun is up and the stage surface temperature is rising, that hard tyre could be the preferable choice. Dani Sordo has been reeling in Ogier all morning in the Mini. Those soft tyres proved their worth in the cold, but will they hold up in the warmer conditions? Just look how hard he's pushing, clipping the hay bale on the first run through this Hagenau street stage. Amazingly, Sordo and Ogier's times are identical through this stage. So, who has made the right choice? It means there's no change at the top of the leaderboard. Ogier remains 4.9 seconds ahead of Sordo, with Solberg now a distant 3rd. 3 stages remain. It's still all to play for, with Sebastian Loeb joining the thousands of spectators at his hometown power stage. Welcome back to Rally de France, Alsace, and that is a rare sight. The world champion Sebastian Loeb out on the stages as a spectator. Watching rather than participating must be a gut-wrenching feeling for the French star, but nice to see him making time for his fans. This is the man flying the flag for Citroën, though. Sébastien Ogier still has a job to do in keeping the charging Dani Sordo at bay. Once again, it's a weekend of what could have been for Petter Solberg. That puncture on day one ending his charge for the win. He hasn't given up, but that minor off this morning means he will have to settle for third. Ken Block and the Monster team, however, will be delighted with their weekend's work so far. Up to 9th ahead of Campana and on course for his first points finish this year, and still entertaining the fans right to the very end. Well, there you go. Sebastian Loeb has obviously seen enough. He climbs into his helicopter to head to the power stage in Hagenau. And this is how it looks with just the power stage remaining. Ogier has extended his lead to 6.7 seconds over Sordo. Those harder compound tyres starting to work in his favour. A final twist before the power stage. That's Jari-Matti Latvala checking into regroup 2 minutes early. And that is how Ford will drop in behind teammate Mikko Hirvonen to support his championship campaign. So, on to the final test of Rally de France Alsace, the power stage. Winding its way for 4 kilometres through the streets where Sebastian Loeb grew up, he will be sorely missed. Remember, extra points are on offer to the top 3 fastest through as we cross to Paul King and Julian Porter in the commentary box.
It's a crucial stage ahead for Mikko Hirvonen. Every point counts now in the championship race. Realistically, though, he's only got to beat Ogier, Sordo and Petter Solberg. You wouldn't have expected his teammate Latvala to bouncing over. Oh, that's a really wild line through there from Mikko. He's really on it here.
If Malcolm Wilson was watching that there'd be a little bit of a kind of like, whoa, 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 hang about. We have 12 points here. We're back in the game. Don't throw it all away.
You've got 12 points, but I think Mikko wants another 3.
That was the wildest I've seen anyone through there, that is for sure.
We said at the start of the season, these power stage points really could be crucial as we get to crunch time, and now we are finding out how important they are going to be as the championship winds down.
Well, Hirvonen has taken 14 points so far in the power stage. Loeb bettering that with 18, but he's ahead of his other rival. Here we go. We're heading towards the finish.
Yep, one more chicane to come. 3:14.0.
I think he's going to be quick. It's whether he's quick enough.
Exactly. Mikko hardened the brakes into the chicane. Let's see how much quicker he is. Wow, good time from Mikko Hirvonen. 2.1 up. He takes over in the top spot. The next man in is his teammate Jari-Matti Latvala. We've already seen he's allowed his teammate past and into 4th place.
Yari's really developed again as a tarmac driver. He said yesterday that at the end of one stage, he goes, now I know why these drivers love tarmac. I had the perfect feeling in there.
He's quicker than his teammate. Well, this is very interesting.
I think this is going to be different from Australia. He has a chance of taking points off Ogier, and I think they've got to let him go for it.
But he's also taking points from his teammate.
Yeah, but if it means Ogier doesn't get 3, if he only gets 2, the gap is not as much. He'll either keep going until the last corner and then decide what he's going to do, but I don't know.
I know what you mean, but it's a difficult call, isn't it?
Oh, mega difficult call. I believe he's going to go for it and try and win the stage so Ogier doesn't get the 3.
Well, we'll soon find out. It's, yeah, this is where these tactical battles are really going to be a bit of a wild slide out of that chicane. But this is where these tactical battles are going to get really interesting through these last few runs in the power stages as the championship winds down.
Believe it or not, he's never won a power stage yet either.
That too is unbelievable. A driver of
We're about to find out. We're not far away.
Yeah. Mikko looking slightly concerned.
He doesn't know which Latvala we're getting.
He's going to beat him.
A 9.4.
Wow.
Okay, right.
It's very interesting. So, Dani Sordo in the Mini. He's just 6.7 seconds adrift of Ogier. What can he do in the power stage? Well, this means everything to Dani.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about people having rally victories at stake and everything. Ogier's got that pressure to come, but Sordo, he's got 6.7 seconds. He knows he can't make that up, but what he can do is put a pressure on Ogier that he can't make any mistakes.
Yeah, we've just seen from Mr. Osberg earlier that things can still happen in the short stages. If you get your line even slightly wrong, there are those curbs there. Clip one of those, and you could get a puncture, as Osberg did earlier. Again, the John Cooper works, twin exhaust sounding terrific.
It's been an encouraging performance. A 0.9 down, that's on Jari-Matti Latvala. I just think it's been great for the sport having Mini right up there. Sigh of relief, I tell you what. He will score a point, won't he? Because there's only 2 left to go and he's at the top of it, so he will score a point.
Well, as long as he doesn't make a mistake in these last few corners now. But
no, Latvala.
Oh, sorry, Latvala. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, Danny. Obviously, this will be the big bounce out of the right-hander there from Danny. This, if he can hold it together and get a good score here, will be the first time we've seen a Mini in the power stage points.
That's it. This morning he took the gamble with the soft tyres, try and get them hotter quicker. It didn't pay off on the second lap because the temperature was up, the sun was up. But it was a gamble worth taking, in my opinion. He had to go different to Ogier to try and win the rally. Those soft tyres in here, if they've still got a little bit of life in them, will be good because they'll heat up quicker.
Yeah, nervous moments for Latvala as Danny Sordo bears down towards the finish. He is one of the most talented tarmac drivers of his generation. He's got a time of 3:09.4 to beat as he comes through the final chicane. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. No, he's going to be slower. 3:11.5. But Sordo slots into second. That guarantees that we will see a Mini in the power stage points for the first time. And Jari-Matti Latvala, for the moment, is still on course for his first power stage win. But what will we get now from the rally leader, Sébastien Ogier? The Frenchman alongside co-driver Julien Ingrassia giving it everything here to hold on for the rally win and try and get some more points out of the power stage as well.
Well, if it finishes now, there's 4 points between the top 3. That's no power stage points with it. So whatever he can gain, he's going to be a minimum of 4 points behind with 2 rallies to go. And with Hirvonen stuck in between him and Loeb.
It really is building to a thrilling climax to this new era of the WRC, the first year.
These power stages are, the points in the power stages are bringing it so much closer.
Yeah. And what a terrific weekend it's been again for Sébastien Ogier. We saw him win in Germany, of course, when his teammate punctured, but again, it's been another terrific run. Obviously, his teammate had that engine retirement on 2. Yeah, he's taking it easy.
The Latvala thing and Ford could work here. 2.2. I mean, this guy at the minute potentially could only get like a 1 point. The bizarre thing is we had Loeb reigning supreme on tarmac for 8 years, and then Ogier is looking like he's going to get 2 wins in a row.
Well, if he's not going to take the power stage win, of course, the important thing is can he pit Mikko Hirvonen for third place? Mikko's still in third place at the moment in the power stage.
Hirvonen's time is an 11.9. 3:11.9. Sordo with 3:11.5.
So that's, well, with the championship winding down, 1 point that Mikko will have and Mr. Ogier won't have.
I'm surprised those door mirrors are still on that car. The amount of times he's hit those bales, they're very strong, those door mirrors. I think Ogier would have wanted as much out of this power stage as possible, but I believe Ford sent Latvala out on purpose to a bull in a china shop, try and win the stage so Ogier can't.
Yeah, well, we can definitely see he's going to be a little bit slower than Latvala, but is he going to be quicker than Mikko Hirvonen?
He's the same as Hirvonen on the 10th. Let's just see what that comes out on.
He slipped into third place. He must have been in... Oh, that's going to be so close. He must have been a Mikko Hirvonen by the nearest 100th of a second. That's incredibly close. Well, and what could that 1 championship point mean at the end of the season? But anyway, it's Jari-Matti Latvala who's claimed his first ever power stage victory, and it means a lot to him. And there is confirmation of the result. Jari-Matti, 3 points for the win. Danny Sordo, the first ever power stage points for second. And rally winner Ogier gets an extra point for finishing third. Let's have a word with Jari-Matti.
Winner of the power stage at last.
Yes, at last. At last, you know, it's been a difficult year for me, and I have not even won the power stage. And at least I was expecting coming on tarmac, but this just shows me that we have done improvement. We have gone forward on the tarmac with the car, and hopefully I have done a small step as well. So I'm looking forward to Catalonia now.
And with the pace of the Mini, we've now got a true race to the end of the year. You must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a great championship. You look all the cars how equal they are. It's brilliant.
So Sébastien Ogier claims the victory on home soil. His final winning margin over Dani Sordo, 6.3 seconds. Solberg remains third, and confirmation of Latvala dropping behind Hirvonen. Congratulations to Dennis Kuipers, a career best in 6th. Jari-Matti Latvala finally takes a power stage win. Join us after the break for all the end of rally reactions, where there's a final twist in the tale. Welcome back to Strasbourg, where Sébastien Ogier arrives back in service to soak up the champagne applause from his team after his first home win. It has, however, been a weekend of mixed emotions for Citroën, though.
I'm really happy. It's a very good feeling. A lot of stress coming out now because it was a long weekend for us after the problem of Seb.
Yeah, you've been a victim of team orders before. If Citroën do ask you to let Sébastien lead, if you are leading, will you obey them?
We are not here for the moment. I want to celebrate this victory first and distress about this long weekend, and then we will see in Spain what happens.
It's really nice to be second, because we do third place in Germany. Now we're still second place. If we continue like that, we can do something nice in Spain.
How are you going to take the championship by the horns?
Well, it's 2 rallies to go, so every corner needs to be maximum, and I think in Spain now I'm going to be third car on the road, so have to try to use the advantage from my road position over there on the first day, and then just get the rhythm and, you know, go flat out on those last 2 tarmac stages as well. So it's going to be an interesting end of the season, definitely.
But Mikko won't be third on the road in Spain. He will be second. After post-event scrutineering, Petter Solberg's car was found to be 4 kilograms underweight. The Norwegian was excluded, promoting Hirvonen to third. What an impact this has on the championship standings, with Mikko getting an extra 3 points. He joins Loeb at the top. Despite Ford outscoring their rivals by 6 points, they still trail the French team by 54. If results go their way, the manufacturer's title could be secured in Catalonia. The Abu Dhabi Spirit of the Rally Award has been presented to Dennis Kuipers in France. By finishing 5th, the Firm Power Tools team driver has secured his best ever results and made history by securing the highest ever finish for a Dutchman. There's been a post-event change in the WRC Academy standings too. Juraj Lemes was handed a 5-minute penalty for repeated speeding infringements in the road sections. British youngster Alistair Fisher instead claimed his first win in the category. The SWRC still had 1 day to run, and Oyt Tanak began with a dominant lead of more than 2.5 minutes. With 25 crucial championship points up for grabs, it was all about keeping it on the road. Evan Brynildsen has had a tough season, but the Norwegian came through the challenging French roads unscathed to equal his best ever finish in the SWRC in second. Martin Prokop did his best to chase down Brynildsen, but would ultimately fall just short. His third place finish, though, was enough to ensure the Czech driver still has an outside chance in the title race. But with championship leader Juho Hänninen only finishing 5th in France, Tanak's second consecutive win and 3rd of the season couldn't have come at a better time. A terrific result for the Estonian and his co-driver Kuldar Sik.
Like, what a performance this weekend. That is win number 3 of the year for you. Very much looking at the SWRC title now this year.
Yeah, 1 race to go, and for sure it will be a big battle. Yeah, maybe this one wasn't that big battle. It's ended already on the stage 3, so after this it was quite easy run for us. But for sure we have quite nice feeling now on the tarmac, so for sure we will fight for everything in Spain.
Tanak taking the win then, with Brynildsen holding off Prokop by just 7 seconds. Juho Hänninen finishing 5th after his Day 2 retirement. And with just the final round in Spain to come, it's a 3-way fight for the 2011 SWRC title. Hänninen, Tanak and Prokop, all championship contenders. Next up, we're off to the roads of Spain for the penultimate round of the 2011 World Rally Championship. The mixed surface stages of Rally de Catalunya loom. You can catch a preview to the event on WRC.com, where you can also see more exclusive footage from here in France. So, high drama right to the very last moment in Alsace. Heartbreak for Petter Solberg with his exclusion, but it has played right into the hands of Mikko Hirvonen and Sebastian Ogier. While Petter and his team are left devastated, this WRC Drivers' Championship has come alive. It's been a dramatic and unpredictable weekend, and after another Loeb nightmare, the title race has been blown wide open. There are 2 rounds to go in 2011 as we wind down towards one of the tightest championship races in recent years. Make sure you join us in Spain in a few weeks' time, but until then, it's goodbye.